Hello students and welcome to this new revision video. This is our second revision video. In our previous revision video we had revised chapter number 1. Okay, as I've told you before also, for your first online assessment we have covered 3 chapters as our syllabus. The first 3 chapters were there in your syllabus for your first assessment, okay, which is going to be conducted in July. We have already revised the first chapter in the first video, and in this second video we are now going to revise the second chapter in our syllabus, which is titled as hardware and software. So in this chapter we will learn about computer hardware, the different types of input devices, output devices, and the different types of softwares. What is the software and what are the different types of software? Okay, this is what we are going to study in this second chapter. Okay, so now let us start this video. Okay, I'm again repeating that this video is for revision purpose. This chapter has already been covered in your previous online classes. I am just going to revise this video here. Okay, so first of all let us understand what is hardware and what is software. So we have understood that a computer is an amazing machine which is capable of doing different types of jobs. We can do different types of jobs with the help of a computer. Okay, it has different parts that work together to form a computer system. So these different parts are not only hardware, these different parts are comprising the software also. A computer system is the combination of hardware as well as software. Okay, whenever we talk about computer system, we don't only talk about hardware. Computer is not only about hardware. Computer is not just a machine. Okay, computer is a combination of hardware as well as software. Okay, the two basic parts of a computer system are hardware and software. Okay, now let us first study about hardware. What is hardware? The physical parts of a computer that we can touch and see are called hardware. It is very clear. Those parts, the physical parts which we can touch. Okay, we can touch the monitor, we can touch the mouse, we can touch the keyboard. So these are all different types of machine parts, the physical parts of the computer which we can touch. So these will be known as the hardware. Okay, now you can relate the hardware to the human body also. You can relate the computer system to the human body. The computer system is having different types of parts. Similarly, you can also imagine that the human body is also consisting of different parts. Okay, the human body is also like the computer system. It is also consisting of different parts. Okay, the outer parts of the body are visible to us. Okay, but the parts which are like the brain, the lungs, and the heart, they are hidden inside. Okay, nobody is able to see the brain, nobody can see the lungs or the heart from outside. Okay, because these parts are inside our human body. Okay, they cannot be seen, but they are working all the time. They are existing, they are performing some work, they are doing their job, but they are not visible from outside. Okay, similarly in a computer we can see the parts of the hardware that are outside. Okay, what parts of hardware we can see? Those parts of hardware which are outside, like for example the monitor, the keyboard, the mouse are some examples of the hardware which are outside, and these can be seen very easily. Okay, they are attached to the CPU by the cables. Okay, although in today's scenario, today's world, wireless keyboards and mouses are also very popular. Okay, today people are also using wireless keyboards and mouses, but generally we have from the previous time we have been using these keyboards and mouses which were wired, which were attached to the CPU with the help of cables. Okay, some parts of hardware are inside the CPU, some parts of the hardware inside, which is what parts are inside, like the motherboard. Okay, the processor, motherboard, RAM, hard disk, all these are different parts of hardware which are inside the CPU, which you cannot see. Okay, but they are still existing in the CPU. They are also working inside the CPU. We can see them only when we open the body of a CPU box. Example, hard disk, CPU chip. CPU chip means the motherboard chip, and so on. There are many different parts which are inside the CPU. Okay, hardware of a computer is further classified into 3 parts. Okay, input, output, and storage devices. There are mainly 3 types of hardware devices: input devices, output devices, and the storage devices. So the name itself indicates, okay, by what's the meaning of input device? That device which is used for providing input to the computer is known as the input device. Okay, there are special types of hardware devices that are used to input words, numbers, sound, or pictures into a computer. The input could also be in the form of sound also. The input could be in the form of pictures also. So all these different devices which are used for inputting words, numbers, sound, or pictures will be known as a input device. Okay. For example, keyboard, mouse, joystick, microphone, all these are different input devices. Okay. Now we come on to this figure which is showing the different types of input devices. Here it is also given the main features and the purpose of these devices are also given in this figure. This is a very important figure. Okay. Like one example of an input device is the trackball. What is a trackball? It has a ball on its top. Okay, you can see that there is a ball on the top to move the pointer on the screen. So here this ball is used for moving the pointer on the screen. This is similar to a mouse, but it is not actually a mouse. It is having a ball. The mouse is having a we move the mouse to move the pointer, but here we have to move the ball on the top for moving the pointer on the screen in the trackball. Okay, we roll the ball with your finger. Okay, similarly, scanner is also a type of input device. A scanner copies a picture or the text printed on a paper into the computer. Okay, we use a scanner for scanning any image or any document. Okay, scanning means what? Copying the picture or the text which is printed on a paper on the computer. It means it is creating a digital copy of the hard copy. It is creating a from the hard copy we are creating a soft copy or a digital copy of any document or image. Okay, similarly, web camera, all of you understand what is the web camera. It is primarily used to share the pictures and have the live chat with our friends and relatives which are very far from us using internet. Using internet we can chat and we can do the live chat with our friends or family members and relatives which are away from us. Okay, we can also share pictures also. Okay, now what is a light pen? A light pen is another type of input device. It looks like a pen that can be used on a special pad. So there are special pads for providing input through a light pen. Okay, this light pen is working on special pads. Okay, whatever you write on this pad can be seen on the monitor. Okay, so this pad can be thought of like a copy, or it's like a notebook. What we are doing, we are just using this light pen to write something on the special pad. Whatever we write on this special pad will be seen on the monitor. So it is a very good tool for used for drawing, inputting, or making some drawing on the screen. Okay, this is the main purpose of the light pen. Okay, then it is a joystick. Joystick is another type of input device. It is used mainly for playing the games. Okay, it is used for playing the games. It helps to move the items on the screen. Like many video games are having many different items and characters, so we want to move these items and characters on the screen. For that we can use the joystick. Okay, then very common input device is the microphone or the mic. Okay, what is a microphone? A microphone is used for for recording our voice and for inputting or receive for inputting that voice into the computer. Okay, a microphone is used to record our voice and other sounds into the computer. It is used for recording our voice and other sound into the computer. What it will do, the microphone will receive our voice or any sound and it will record and save that sound into the computer. Okay, so these were the different types of input devices. Now we come on to the output devices. What are output devices? The devices which display the information and results are called the output devices. Okay, those devices which are displaying the information and results are known as the output devices. For example, the monitor and the printer are very common type of output devices. One more output devices is the speaker. Okay, the speaker which is used to play any song or any audio file. This is the speaker. Okay, these three are the main types of output devices. Okay, now what is the function of the monitor? It is written here. A monitor looks like a TV screen. It is very similar. It looks to a TV screen. Whatever you type on the keyboard can be seen on the monitor. Okay, it also displays the processed information on the screen. Whatever information has been processed, the output of that processing will also be displayed on the screen with the help of the monitor. Okay, that the output will be displayed with the help of the monitor screen. Excuse me. Now we come on to the printer. Okay, what is a printer? It prints the output that we see on the computer screen on the paper. A printer is used for obtaining the hard copy of the output which we are seeing on the computer screen. Okay, whatever output, whatever document we are viewing on the screen, we can very simply create a hard copy of that document by using the printer. It prints the output on a piece of paper. Okay, what are speakers? Speakers are used to hear music and sounds which are stored in a computer. Okay, now fact file, a very important fact is there. Who was Alan Turing? Alan Turing was known for his contribution towards modern computers. He is considered as the father of modern computers. Who is considered as the father of modern computers? Alan Turing. Okay, children, I hope you know this thing, that in your exams multiple choice questions will be asked in the online assessment. In the online assessment, you will not be required to write question and answers. Okay, you will not be required to write detailed answers. You will be asked only multiple choice questions, but these questions will not only be from your exercises. Okay, some questions will come from the exercises, but some questions will also be from your within the chapter also. So questions will be from within the chapter as well as the exercises. So for attempting these questions, you have to understand the full chapter. Don't leave anything in the chapter. Try to learn the whole chapter. Try to understand the whole chapter very thoroughly. Okay. Then quick quiz question is there. Which part of our body will act as an input unit? Can you, all of you, I think all of you must be able to answer this question. It is very simple. It is our mouth, because we use the mouth to input the food and other things into the system. Okay, into our digestive system. The mouth acts as an input unit which is used for inputting the food into our system. Not only the food, but you can see, you can understand that our eyes, our ears are also a type of input unit. Okay, because whatever things we are hearing, whatever things we are seeing, all these information is also being registered. It is being inputted into our mind, into our brain, with the help of these organs which are eyes and ears. So these eyes and ears are also a type of input unit of our body. Okay, now we come on to the storage devices. Okay, what are storage devices? The devices which are used for storing the data are called storage devices. Hard disk is the main storage device. It is the most common storage device which stores the entire work we do on a computer. Hard disk is used for storing our entire work on a computer. Other important devices like CD, pen drive, and DVD are also used to store information. The CD and the DVD are not used much these days, because today pen drive has come in the place of CDs and DVDs. Today pen drives or USB drives are used by all of us for storing information and for carrying information from one place to another place. Okay, pen drives are used for storing information, for copying information from the computer to the pen drive, and then after we have saved something in the pen drive, we can easily carry it anywhere, because pen drives are very small and they are very easy to carry. We can easily carry a pen drive from one place to another place. Okay, that is why they are very popular for copying and transferring information and data from one place to, from one system to another system. Okay, one more fact is there. Lady Ada Lovelace is regarded as the first computer programmer. So if somebody asks you who is the first computer programmer, you will answer that Lady Ada Lovelace is regarded as the first computer programmer. Okay, so here you can see there are some storage devices which are given over here. What is the CD? The CD stands for compact disc. What is the full form of CD? CD stands for the compact disc. Okay, it is a round, flat, and shiny disc that stores a lot of information. Okay, the CD is round in shape, it is flat, and it is shiny. It is a shiny disc which stores a lot of information. Then what is a hard disk? A hard disk is a device which stores huge amount of data and information. It is present inside the CPU box. So a hard disk is having more capacity to store large amount of data and information. It is present inside the CPU box. Okay, then another type of storage device is the pen drive or the USB drive. Okay, It is very small in size as compared to CD and hard disk, okay, but it can store and transfer data from one computer to another very easily, okay. It can be handled very easily because it is very small. It doesn't break also. It doesn't break very soon. So what happens, we can very easily copy data into the pen drive and we can transfer data from one computer to another system by using this pen drive, okay. And what is Intel? Intel is the world's largest processor company, okay. Intel is the company which is the world's largest processor company, okay. Now we come on to the software, okay. What is a software? A software is that part of a computer which cannot be seen and touched, okay. See, actually we cannot see any software, we can only use a software, okay. Software is that part of a computer which cannot be seen and touched, okay. Seen, I think in the place of seen they must have written felt, okay. We cannot feel any software, we cannot touch any software because it is not a physical part of a computer, okay. Softwares are those part of a computer which cannot be seen, felt or touched, okay. To make the hardware work, we have to have software installed on a computer, okay. To make the hardware work, we used to have a software in the computer. Unless and until we have the software in the computer, we cannot make the hardware do any work, okay. To make the hardware work, we need to have software in the computer. The music system is a hardware which is having a software also. The music system is also, every type of hardware is working on the with the help of any software, okay. Even the music system is a hardware, it is a machine which is having a software which is inbuilt into the music system, okay. Who acts as the operating system in our school? If somebody asks you, you can answer that in our school we are using the Windows 7 operating system in our labs, okay. So all the systems in our lab are having Windows 7, or sometimes some systems are also having Windows 8 also. You can answer that all the systems in our computer, all the computer systems in our lab, our school lab are having Windows 7 operating system, okay. And some are also having Windows 8 operating system, okay. Now we come on to the topic which we have started. Now what are the types of software, okay, and how does the software work, okay. How does the software work? We can understand with the help of this example, okay. All of us are aware about the music system, okay. What are the different parts of a music system? The speaker is there, the CD is there, the DVD is there. All these are different parts of a music system, okay. All these are the parts which we can see and touch, okay. All these are the parts. We can touch the speaker of the music system, we can touch the CD, we can touch the DVD also, okay. All these parts we can touch and see. So these are the hardware, okay. These are the hardware. But can we see the songs or the music recorded on a CD or a DVD? Can we see the songs or the music? We cannot see, okay. So why we cannot see? Because these are the software, okay. Software we cannot see, we cannot touch, we can only use that, okay. A CD is the hardware, but the songs and the movies are the software. A CD is a hardware, but the songs and the movies which are stored on the CD are the software, as they cannot be touched and seen. They can only be heard and they can only be felt, but they cannot be touched or seen, okay. Likewise, a TV is a hardware, and the programs that you watch on it are the software, okay. Our television set is also a type of hardware, and the programs that we watch on the TV are a type of software, okay. Because we cannot see or feel we cannot see or touch the programs, we can only watch it on the TV, okay. Now let us consider the example of a computer. Now what is there in a computer? See, a computer works with the help of these three types of devices. One is the input device, one is the processing device, and one is the output device, okay. So which of the following step is done by the software? How does the software work for working of a computer, okay. First of all, processing is done by the software, okay. Processing is done by the software. It takes the input from the user. How does software work? The software makes the use of these three types of input devices, okay. These three types of input devices are being used by the software for the working of the computer. In the first step, what it will do? Firstly, it will take the input from the user, in using the input device, then what it will do, it will process it by with the help of the processing unit. The software will process the input, and then the third step will be to display the output on the monitor. So these using these three devices, the software is working in three steps, and using these three types of devices, it will enable the computer to work properly. Okay, so we can define software is a set of instructions given to the computer to do a particular work. So software is what? Software can be defined as a set of instructions which is given to the computer for doing a particular work. Okay, we have seen that a software makes use of these three types of devices: input, output, and process devices to do a particular work. Okay, and it is actually a set of instructions which are given to the computer for performing a particular work. Okay, now we come out to the types of software. There are two types of software: a system software and the application software. Okay, so first of all, what is the system software? The set of programs that controls the overall working of a computer. It is known as a system software. A very good example of the system software is our operating system. Our operating system is what? It is system software. It is a part of system software that makes the computer run. What makes the computer run? The operating system makes the computer run. Okay, it manages all the input and output operations of a computer. All the input and output operations of a computer are managed by the operating system only. It also manages the link between the different parts of a computer and the user. So all the link between the different parts of a computer and the user is also managed by the operating system. Okay, let us understand the operating system with the help of an example. So here they have taken the example of a car. Okay, what does a car have? It has petrol, engine, and wheels. Okay, these are the three parts of a car. Okay, but it is not moving. Okay, even if it is having these different parts, it will not move on its own. Okay, when will the car move? It will move only when the driver has started it. Okay, unless and until the driver will start the car will not stop. The car will not start moving. Even though the car is having all the different components which are needed for moving, it will not move unless and until the driver will start it. Okay, so the driver is the operator of the car. The driver can be seen the driver can be regarded as the operator of the car. Operator means the person who is operating the car, who is driving the car. Okay, similarly you can understand that the operating system is the driver of a computer. Okay, like we are having a person is being the driver of a car. A person is driving a car. Similarly, operating system is the driver of a computer, which is used for managing all the functioning of the computer. Okay, which makes the computer run. Okay, without an operating system, a computer cannot work on its own. Okay, now we come on to the second type of application software. Second type of software which is known as the application software. What is the application software? The software that helps us to do a specific type of work is called application software. Okay, application softwares are those type of software which are used for a specific type of work. Okay, the application softwares are not used for running the computer. They will not make a computer run. Okay, they will not cause the computer to run. But what they will do, these application softwares will be used for solving or doing a specific type of work or solving a specific problem. Okay, we can understand this with the help of an example. Like, what do we do with the juicer in your house? What do we do with the juicer? The juicer is used for making the juices. Okay, we can only extract the juice of fruits and vegetables with it. Okay, the fruits of vegetables and fruits, the juice of vegetables and fruits can be extracted with the help of a juicer. Okay, this indicates that we can do a specific type of job with this machine. Okay, we can do only a specific type of job with the juicer. This juicer can't be used to cut the vegetables. Okay, we can't cut the vegetables with the help of the juicer. We can only extract the juice from the fruits and vegetables. So it means that only a specific type of work can be done with the help of the juicer. So similarly, with the help of application software also only a specific type of work could be performed. Okay, so there are different types of application software that help us in doing specific types of jobs. For example, The different the different examples of application software are MS Paint. All of you must have worked on MS Paint. What is MS Paint? MS Paint is a software which is used for drawing pictures. Okay, it is very popular among the students. It is very popular among the children. All of you must have enjoyed drawing, making different drawings on the MS Paint. So MS Paint is a very popular software used for drawing pictures. Then different games are also having different application softwares. Different applications of software also there for playing the games. Okay, the different games are also a type of application software which are used for entertainment purposes. Okay, different games are also the application software which are used for entertainment purposes. Okay, then the next type of application software is the WordPad. The WordPad is a type of word processing software. Okay, like MS Word. MS Word is also a word processing software. WordPad is also a type of word processing software. What is a word processing software? Which is used for typing and making documents. Okay, which is used for typing. It is used for making documents and for making corrections to the text. If you've already typed any text and if you want to do any correction, then the corrections can also be done with the help of the WordPad. We can create a new document also with the help of WordPad, and we can also make any corrections. We can do the typing and we can make any corrections to the previous document, to any previous document also with the help of the WordPad. Similarly, calculator is also a type of application software. What it is used for? It is used for doing the calculations. Okay, so with this we have ended the chapter here. Okay, we have ended the chapter here. I hope you have understood the chapter. If there was any problem in understanding this video, you can post your queries or problems in your Google Classroom and I will try to respond to you and solve your problem. Okay, if you have any queries or any problem, you can ask the questions in the Google Classroom. I will answer to your queries and I will try to solve your problem. I will end this video here only. Okay, in the next video we will start with the revision of chapter number 3. Till then, thank you and goodbye, students.